Have you ever traveled somewhere and wondered to yourself, is this even legal? Chances are you've gone somewhere and you've broken a few laws and didn't even know it. Welcome back to Brain Bites, the channel where we feed your brain the weirdest, wildest, and most surprising bites of information. I'm Kendall, and today we're going to talk about the 10 weirdest laws around the world. And guys, you are going to want to stick around because some of these laws you have to hear to believe. Let's dive in. Starting at number 10, in Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig. Major points for Switzerland, honestly, caring about the guinea pigs so much. I guess, are guinea pigs herd animals? I guess so. I do know that here you can't just buy one goat. You gotta buy 2 goats, which is why I don't have goats yet. So yeah, don't buy just one guinea pig in Switzerland. That would be a huge mistake. Do yourself a favor and don't move to Switzerland and only own one guinea pig. Own an apartment full of guinea pigs. Or go to jail. So, bringing it into number 9, we have chewing gum. It was famously banned in Singapore back in 1992. It was banned in 1992 primarily to maintain cleanliness and order in public spaces. The ban was implemented by the then Prime Minister. In 2004, the ban was relaxed to some extent, allowing the sale of certain types of therapeutic gum, like nicotine gum, for smoking cessation, but under strict conditions. Coming in hot at number 8, Venice, Italy has a law restricting you from feeding pigeons. And it says that it can cost you about 700 euros if you're caught feeding the pigeons. Let's figure out why though. It says here that pigeons, although a part of Venice's iconic urban landscape, can cause significant damage to the city's architecture and infrastructure. Their droppings are highly acidic and can erode and stain the centuries-old buildings, monuments, and statues, leading to costly repair. That is shocking that bird poop can obliterate structure like that. It's also shocking that Venice still exists, though. Am I right? I mean, that place should be. But it isn't underwater. Birds are pooping on it. Monuments are being destroyed by pigeons. Number 7, in France, naming your pig Napoleon isn't just frowned upon, it's illegal. This insults national pride and offends the historical emperor's legacy. Don't name your pig Napoleon, or do, and be a rule breaker and just see if anybody actually gets mad at you for a pig name, because that would be crazy, right? I mean, I named my chicken BBC, for crying out loud. But another animal law, which, I mean, let's hear it for the animals. You've got, well, it's not great because pigeons are starving. Guinea pigs have a lot of room. Pigs can't be named Napoleon. They're very concerned with all of the 2- and 4-legged animals around here. Number 6, we're getting down to it. In Germany, running out of gas on the Autobahn is actually illegal. So the Autobahn is the freeway in Germany, essentially, and there's no rules. You can just speed. It's like the purge, but instead of it happening for 24 hours, it's all the time, just ham. Balls to the wall. I've run out of gas so many times, like in the middle of intersections. I've run out of gas on the freeway. I'm one of those girls that sees it get to the red and I'm like, oh, I've like that whole notch left. That's illegal because they call it avoidable negligence. Translation, Germans expect you to have your life and your fuel gauge together. Don't test their patience with your I thought I could make it excuses. I would be in jail in Germany very quickly. I run out of gas all the time. I actually used to own an electric car and I had to have it towed so many times. And on one time I had it towed and it fell off the tow machine and it bent the frame and totaled the car. So I literally totaled a car because I ran out of gas. So I'd be in jail and I wouldn't have a car. Number 5, Canada takes politeness to new heights. It's illegal to remove a Band-Aid in public due to hygiene reasons. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Do they just have people in the corner just like, that guy just took his Band-Aid off. Arrest him. Fine him. That is gross. I mean, I would never take a Band-Aid off in public, and I hope no one else would take a Band-Aid off in public. But I have seen Band-Aids, just wild Band-Aids in the streets, and it's nasty. It's not great. So I think I'm on board with that law. That brings us to number 4. We're in Japan now, and they keep tabs on waistlines. Citizens aged 40 to 74 must meet waist size limitations or face mandatory diet programs. Okay, so for men, the waistline must be less than 85 centimeters, which is 33.5 inches. And for women, the waistline must be less than 90 centimeters, 35.5 inches. Well, women can be fatter, which is pretty sweet. So we love that. Honestly, this should be implemented everywhere. Is that horrible to say? Am I even allowed to say that in 2025? Include everyone. But also this. This is great. I mean, we'd have a lot more healthy people, I feel like, if this was implemented, right? Do you think it's about health or do you think it's about aesthetics? Or both? Maybe a little bit of both. I think that's okay. I would imagine that they save a lot of money in healthcare, and obviously they have a lot less obese people. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Japan, but it's super clean and nobody is fat. 0 people are fat. Maybe that's because their food is cleaner, or maybe it's because the sheriff knocked on their door and said. So, I mean, that law flies in Japan, but I feel like if we were to implement that here, number one, everybody would get arrested. And number two, I just feel like we're too all about inclusivity here. You can't call people out like that and then legally require them to follow a certain diet, whatever, because everybody here is all about, I do what I want and no rules and everybody's included. But everybody should be healthy and included. Almost there. We're at number 3. And now we're in England, where handling salmon suspiciously is illegal. Suspiciously. How does one suspiciously handle a salmon? Why does my brain automatically go to like bestiality? Like, are you banging salmons? Conservation of wild salmon stocks. I actually really love sustainable fishing, people. It is cool. Fishing for salmon is strictly regulated by the Environment Agency to ensure sustainable fishing practices. Restocking efforts. There are ongoing efforts to restock rivers with salmon. I feel like that's all conservation. Farm salmon and health concerns. While farm salmon is widely available, there are also concerns about the environmental impact of salmon farming, such as pollution, disease, and the escape of farm salmon into the wild. Ooh, because then, you know, they breed and they make more weird salmon. Well, it sounds like being suspicious with salmon is just having salmon, since it doesn't really sound like you're allowed to have salmon, and if you do have salmon, it needs to have been caught in the correct way, raised in the correct way, which is pretty cool, actually. I mean, I feel like we could stand to know a little bit more about where our food came from, or stop hunting things that are at risk of fishing animals that are on the verge of extinction should be mitigated, for sure. So I think that's great. They just worded it a little weird. Handling salmon suspiciously is illegal. Now we're in Australia, and we're to number 2. We only have one more after this. We've really gotten down to it. Interrupting a wedding isn't just rude, it's illegal. That romantic I object scene from your favorite movie could quickly turn into a not-so-romantic police escort. Wait, isn't it like the law, though, that you have to be able to object? Don't they ask you that in the vows? If anybody objects to this union? Which one's more illegal? Because I feel like that romantic I object is the law, right? You have to give people the opportunity to object. Or maybe they have different rules in Australia where people aren't allowed to say stuff. So if you go to a wedding in Australia, you can't be in the back like, no, I object. You'll get arrested. Don't do that. Or do. Just wedding crasher it up. No regrets. And finally, we've made it to number 1, and we're all the way in Alabama, USA. And it is illegal to wear a fake mustache in church if it causes laughter. So like if you have a good fake mustache and nobody knows, it's cool. And as long as you're not in church. So no fake mustaches in church if it causes laughter. So it's like you can wear the fake mustache as long as people don't laugh. But does that go for like all fake hair, or it's just the stash? Because I've spotted some nasty weaves up in church. I do think it's really funny that this law exists in Alabama of all places, just because if you're a man living in Alabama, you better have a real mustache or no mustache at all. Keep the men real. If you're looking for a real man, a real stash, hit up the Bama. Or if you're looking for a fake stasher, you can just go to the prison and you'll find them there too. So that concludes the 10 weirdest laws. And I don't know if those are the 10 weirdest. Those are just 10 weird laws. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a lot more where that came from. But yeah, check the local laws before you travel somewhere, and try not to get arrested for having suspicious salmon or chewing gum or 1 guinea pig. Always 2. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Brain Bites. Hit the subscribe button below, give us a like, and definitely comment letting us know the weirdest law you ever heard of, because I am intrigued and I want to know.